Hello everyone, I'm Urza47 and this is episode number 16 of the Internet Witnesses Urza playing the Witness. So we are on this puzzle, which presumably is one of the last ones, as we've made our way down here from doing all of those things up there. I still have no real idea how to solve this particular puzzle. Yeah, there's this door here we need to open up by doing this puzzle. Okay, so let's... so if I wanted to go up, I have to do this. There we go. How to use the elevator. I guess that's the first part of the puzzle I have to do. This is very slowly taking us up to this platform here. Right, I remember doing these funny colored puzzles with the broken colors. I can't actually see very well what's going on down there from up here, because you can't actually look all the way down. And in any event, right, so to familiarize myself with this particular puzzle, I have to have it arranged such that... Okay. Right, so we're going to go back downstairs. Very slowly. Oh, how I wish this elevator was faster. But anyway, we're going to go back down there and we're gonna try to solve this puzzle. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to do it, but we're going to give it a shot. I've been theoretically stumped on this puzzle for about 18 months, so I don't know if we're going to be able to do it in the next 30 to 60 minutes or so, but we'll certainly see. Okay, so there's 4 little mini puzzles here. And they're shaped mini puzzles. And because they're arranged that way and not like on a slant, you can't rotate it, if I'm not mistaken. So that means if I do something like this, it's not going to accept it. Which means I do have to do something like this for it to work. Alternatively, if I did this, that would also work. Okay, so this piece here has a couple of options. Right, this one is either a 3-piece like that, or it's a square. Now I'm not able to actually do all of these together. So if I try doing all of these together, this thing doesn't have anything to cancel. And is it even possible to include this in a 2x2 square? Not unless I did something like this, which isn't going to work. Oh, that is going to work. Oh. Oh, because this cancels that instead. Ah, okay. So that is certainly interesting. So I could have either a block or a 1x3 piece. And these can be rotated. So because they can be rotated, but they can't be flipped. So there's both the L and the inverted L can be selected on this piece. And over here I have the choice between this little 1x3 corner piece and another inverted L, both of which have fixed orientations. And then finally, if I want to solve the big puzzle, okay, now this would satisfy... Oh, hold on a second. Oh, if I want to do a square... And this piece. Okay, so no, I had it right originally. Okay. So a square combined with... Oh, no, it has to be like... Now remember, I can combine them in clever ways. Yeah, whatever this is, that's all totally not going to work. I need this thing to switch to the opposite arrangement, like this. And then when I do this... Wait a minute. Yeah, it has to be like this way, and then up and around. These two are fine. But these two are not fine. So I'm going to try inputting this again, just so I can take a closer look on the opposite side here. So there is a total of 7 pieces of area here. And which I can achieve with this. I wonder... Is that going to work if I do it this way? No. Right, because this thing has to be... Right, this thing is unmovable. And the areas have to be the same, because there's a symmetrical thing going on here. So I could make 8 area over here. Yeah, so my options in terms of area on each side are either 6 or 7. My options here are either 8 or 7. So 7 clearly seems to be the way to go. Unless there's some way I can combine all of them together in one giant... Okay, so this and this combine into a 3x2 block like this. So if I combine that and the square, that gives us 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 14 points of area, which I'm not sure is possible. Because we can get 15, and we can get, oops, we can get 15 and we can get 13, And we can get 17. So I think we have to... We're stuck with an odd number. Okay, so if we want to try the giant area solution, then the total area must be odd. That being the case, I have to figure out this mini puzzle first. There we go. Oh, no, you can't do it that way. Is it possible to do this particular... I am not sure that it is. Oh, unless it's... Yeah, because that's not going to fly. Because it doesn't... You can't rotate it. Because it's positioned on the end here. Right. I don't think it's possible to actually solve this mini puzzle using this piece. Because there's no... You have to use these 4 particular blocks in order to use this. And you can't actually draw a line that accomplishes that. Because you're left kind of stuck like this. I can draw it over here fine. But it's not going to accept that. Therefore, I'm going to conclude definitively, and I'll no doubt get a lot of hate mail if I'm wrong. I'm going to conclude definitively that this piece has to be this. Okay? Here I have the obvious choice between how I want to flip this particular Tetris piece, and that's fine. So, we have 7 points of area here. And it is possible to have an arrangement of... Now hold the phone, Alex. What if I did something like... Yeah, that's gonna all kinds of fail. Okay. So we're going to start with the most restrictive thing first. So that's satisfied, but this is not. Although I could theoretically do this. At which point that solution would work, at least on these upper pieces. No, it wouldn't. This thing still doesn't fit. No, it does fit. I just did it wrong. Right? No, because that has to be... Oh, it's not possible to actually draw it that way. Okay. So if you make... Whatever you draw here has to be flipped over there, and it's not possible to get that arrangement. So yeah, that has to be combined with this in some way. So this is a possibility. Oh, but that doesn't include this thing then. Oh, shit. Oh, but I have to go over and like this. Alright, hold on a second. So, ignoring the bottom part for a second. Okay, actually, I'm going to go back over here because I did have a solution on this edge. Which involves running over here, flipping this thing around like this. And then drawing that particular pattern. That satisfies these, but not these, because the area matches up, but the shapes do not. And I think I've already established that we can't. There's no way to use just these two and have them separate from the bottom two. Is it possible to combine left and right, though? I don't think it is. Not unless you did some giant single piece puzzle. So if we try to do a giant, remember the area, if I do a giant altogether, the area has to be odd. And so the largest patterns I can make are 4, 7, 10, 14. So if I made it 13 by way of this, and I try drawing a giant shape, 5, 6, 7. That's probably not going to work. But is the area right? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's 15. I need 13, so no, that particular one's not going to work. I would have to do something like... This is 15. If I want to make it 13, I have to do this. No, but this is 12. Oh, no, it is 13. It's 13 total. But again, the pieces don't fit. Okay, so fitting this and that together is 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, and we already know that we can solve the left hand by doing this. However, is there another way to solve the left hand? But if I do it this way, then everything's all mixed up. Right, I don't think there's a way, because the only way I can see separating out the bottom is with this kind of pattern. Or alternatively, nah, because there's no way to, this isn't gonna work. And if I try to do something cute like this, it's gonna run into issues. Because you can't, that's happy, but this is unhappy. Because you can't get two squares on the top like this. So I'm thinking that this arrangement's not going to fly, because the only way to get these two happy combined is to draw it this way, and then these two are unhappy because this. So we have a rotatable piece. I remember why I stopped on this freaking puzzle. So if I flipped it, then this would be okay. Alright, this is okay for this. No, it's not. But it is if I do something like... So if this requires... No, I actually had it right the first time. I don't see how to satisfy this at all. Oh, you have to do something like this. Wait a minute, why is this not... It should accept this. Why is it not? Why is this not happy? Am I just seeing it wrong? So if I do it that way, then will it accept this? No. Is there any combination of these two squares that I can get to work? Right, I've already established that I can't actually draw this. Unless I'm just dumb and missed it. Because you can't draw it this way. What if I combined them somehow? We know that works. But if I can't, but if... That is a pattern that would... It would not. No, wait a minute. That is a pattern that includes both. Yeah, it has to be something like that. Only shift it over one, maybe? Oh, if it's... This wouldn't work. So they can't be touching. They have to be like... Well, they can't be touching end to end. They could be... something like this. This is a... That is a combination that would work, except the piece that these aren't lined up like that. Yeah, maybe I'm just... Am I just exceedingly dumb and there's a way to do this that I'm not seeing? Because if I want to have just this... Oh, hold on, let me test a theory. And the theory that I'm testing is that we can't do... something like that. Because this thing is not satisfied now. If I put this... Alright, so I have choices there, I have choices here, rotational choice here, and no choice at all here. And there's just... This is like literally the only way to solve this that I can see. Because this bottom piece here is just not... It's just not happening. How do you get it? Okay, if you use these three squares to satisfy this, and you attached... Is it possible to get to... No? I mean, theoretically, you could do something like this. That's the two pieces together, but I'm not actually enveloping both of them in this case. Okay, so I am going to work on that. This is the only way that that's going to work. So given that, is there any way at all to solve this right-hand puzzle with an area of 7? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What if I do this? No, I can't cut it like this. Well, yes I can. So this... No, that would only work if that was a straight piece. Okay, let's start at the beginning. What if I had this and a L piece touching somehow? What universe of patterns could I make with that? So if I stack some type of L pattern on top, then 1, 2, and I stack on top, I get something like... No, I have to do it this way. Right, this, and then stacking on top of it. Right, that's the brub. Because if I do it this way, I'm not actually capturing the other piece. But if I do it this way... Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If I do it this way, then I can't actually solve it. Right, so this is being the upper piece, and is there a way to attach an L to this somehow? Because I can't go over here at all. Is there any way at all to attach an L? There's this way, but then we're not capturing this piece. There's this way, but now I can't escape. Unless I did something like... Oh no, that's right on. I can't pass this vertex without actually exiting. So, wait, here's an idea. What if I did something like this? Oh, so if I make this... If I make these three pieces here... Wait, stop. If I do these pieces here... No, I'm once again stuck if I do it that way. Okay, I'm going to resign myself to the fact that all four of these are probably going to have to be combined in some awful fashion. And it seems like the only 5, 6, 7... The sum is odd if I do it this way. Now, hold on. Is there a way to isolate the top? I feel like I've already asked this and the answer is no. Because you can't get... This piece here must be this. We've already established that. So if I want to mirror this over here, I need a piece that would use like these three blocks. But that's not one of my two options. My options are this and this. And I can't actually accomplish both of those. So these two have to be combined somehow. because this can't go alone with this, and it also can't go alone with this. Or if there is, I haven't found a way to actually do it. We'll give this another few tries, see if we can't figure out a way to make that go with that. Literally any way at all to make these two work together. Alright, so this is a valid pattern, but I can't actually draw it. This is a valid pattern, except I'm not actually capturing the boxes I need to. Same problem, not capturing the boxes I need to. Okay, so we can't put the bottom here and do this kind of maneuver, because then there's nowhere for the L piece to go. If I take the L piece down here, or I'm sorry, if I take that right, like this guy would like this, but if I expand wait a minute. So that's, these three things here are satisfied. Okay, I'm about ready to decide that these two can't work together, which means we're stuck trying to draw some kind of unholy mass. Or possibly we're just stuck. Unholy mass or no. Okay, so that is a pattern. This is a pattern. Oh my gosh. Right, so I have 10 squares on this side of the map, and I have to exclude 3 of them. So this would work, except the shape is wrong. Wait, like what? How is it possible to exclude 3 and only 3 squares over here? Well, this would. But now I'm combined with the other side in an unholy mass. Okay, so let's take a serious look at the unholy mass problem. So again, I must have an odd total area, and there is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, either way you shake it, 11, 12, 13. So 13 is the area that we must use. So we have to cut out, so this is 15. Cutting out 2 gives us this area of 13, which is not good. It doesn't like that. What's the area of this? 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's the right area. What other ways are there to draw an area of 13 that includes all 4 of these squares? So the smallest possible area that includes all of them is this one, which is 11. So I have to include 2 more. So this is a possibility, as is this. Now hold on a second. So there's a couple of So I must draw a 13 area pattern. So is this a pattern? Probably not, because I don't see how an L shape is ever going to fit in this. It has to be something that can easily accommodate a single L shape. So this is the correct area, but things aren't going to fit. What if it's something like... something like this? And then I did six, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so let's just draw it without clicking anything and see how things would work. So where would you put an L piece? You could put an L piece here on the right-hand side. Where would you put a? We have to have a horizontal 3 fit somewhere in this. I think that might be the most constraining aspect of this. Because where is it going to go? Can't go in the center, because then we're going to be splitting it off into. So what if we try this pattern? This is also 13. A 3 horizontal piece can easily fit in here, but the L shape has nowhere to go. Like I can put this here, this up here. If only that were this, it would work. So here the 3 horizontal easily fits. And we are left with no good place to... So there is where an L would fit, possibly. So we have a 3 and a 6. All right. I'm going to just brute force this little piece here. And I'm going to try this with every combination of those two things that I can theoretically change. And see if either of them, any of them actually work. If I can figure out this little mini puzzle. Oh. Okay, you still don't like that. What about this if we flip it around? Does that work? Oh! Okay, so now how does it actually fit together? I have no freaking idea how those pieces fit in this. There's a horizontal piece somewhere, and there's a... So this had to be this kind of thing. Maybe I'll take a screenshot of it. There we go. And what if the... So the horizontal piece had to go like here. No, it had to go up here, and then to get the... So this had to go like here, or maybe there. Horizontal piece. Oh, I don't know. Now, I don't want to go through that door until I actually know how these pieces fit together here. Because it feels so unsatisfying just stumbling into it like that. So yeah, these three have to be the horizontal piece. And supposing this corner goes there, where would you fit an L? If this upper piece here, where would you fit an L in these 7 squares? Ah, there, here, and then this here. There we go. All right, so this here and that there, across and up. Okay. That is the solution. So onward we go. Oh, my computer is stuttering. What the hell's going on? Is it like not like the water reflection? This hasn't been turned on. I'm not sure why my computer is hitching so much. This isn't a super demanding game. I don't know why it would do that. Okay, well, it seems better now. I think maybe I just had... It took me so long to solve that puzzle, it's The computer started garbage collecting my memory. It didn't think it would actually go in here so soon. Okay, so there's a... Okay, so there's a couple of puzzles here I have to solve. Or possibly a puzzle. Alright, what just happened? But if I stand here and do it... I get rejected. For some reason. So I have to stand somewhere else and do it. For reasons that escape me. So I need to have the greens together and the blues together. Wow, this is really annoying. Why does he keep doing that? Oh, these are different puzzles every time. These aren't the same. Wow, this is like the third distinct puzzle now that I've seen. Oh, it's a time limit! Oh, snap. Okay. Oh, because I have to be like... Okay. It's a fucking time limit. Wow, I've never seen a time limit in this before. Okay. Oh, that's not going to work, though. Wow, these are... How many different puzzles can you get with this? Oh, you can't have the same colors together, you have to actually separate them? Oh god. Oh, I might be here a while trying to do this. So will it expire if I just don't click on it? Yes, it will. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay. Now this one over here. So that one went away, but that one stayed there. I hope I don't have to do both of those puzzles in the same time limit. Okay, so that one is still solved. Oh, I was so dumb. That was an easy one. Oh, I need to do like a... Oh, okay, okay, come on. We're gonna get this sooner or later. There we go. Interesting. I'm guessing it's not possible to just walk out of here. Didn't think so. Okay. So I have a hell of a thing here on a circular puzzle. Going just straight up's not gonna fly. I don't get it though. So there's, hold on a second. So if I start here and go around this way, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sides. Okay, so I'm imagining the puzzle correctly, I think. 6 different squares going around, and what's the deal with these stars? Is all the colors need to be together? But if I just go straight up, they are all together, aren't they? Do I just need to do this kind of thing? I don't get it. I'm going to come back. Okay, well, this one seems to make more sense. Oh, it kind of makes more sense. So I got to do... Oh, go back over here. So I got to do this kind of action. But what's the deal with these freaking stars? Oh, do I have to pair them off? I need only 2 into play? Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, so if I do this, move over to, and then come all the way down, move over to, all the way up. Alright. Now it's a little bit harder because we have these... Oh, this actually seems... Okay, so let's, if we start at the top here, we have to move down as being the first step. And then down here has to be the next step, because if we go to either side, we're not going to be able to get this. So... Oh, I see. So we need to go, like... No, but that makes these unhappy. Oh, then I spin all the way around. And like, no. Right, that's full of no. Again, so there has to be a pattern that looks something like this. So the trick might be to not cut this part off. Now, just take a peek over here. Right, so I need to go up. Shit, how is this possible? The top has to start at the top and go down. And then... So you're separating these here. This separation has to happen. What happens if I go all the way around like this? Now it's not. Now just straight up is a no-fly zone. So right. So my first move has to be to either side, and since it's symmetrical, it doesn't matter which side. So from here, going up to here, we'll get the hexagon. Right, because I can't go back on myself. And now I can't get around or through. So hypothetically, after coming down here, the next move has to be here. Okay, so if I'm allowed to start at the top here, it has to go down here. You can't go down because you're stuck, so you have to go to one side. And then you have to go up because if you go to either of these places, you're stuck. So this curly Q thing has to be the way that... There we go. Oh, there's a lot of different starting positions. Oh, good gravy. Okay, this seems like the wrong place to start, because if you do this the kind of thing, you're just stuck. What about this one, perhaps? Well, again, starting at the top here might be the way to go. So you have this diagonal cutting thing happening. That's the goal. We don't want to go that way, so we're going to go down like this. So now I'm stuck in either position. Going this way is bad, so I must go this way. And then I come to here, which if I turn up, it's kind of bad. If I go down, it's bad. Okay, so yeah, that's the wrong approach. Okay, so that might be the wrong way to start. So what if I start and go left? But I come here and then I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah, same problem. You can't get out. I'm not sure what I don't see what starting down in this particular space actually accomplishes vice these two over here. So we can go ahead and categorically rule out this bottom piece here, because there's no reason to start there if you can, because you're going to have to immediately move over here or there, and at that point you might as well just start there. Okay, well, I have to go eat some food at this point, but thank you all so much for watching. Join me next time when hopefully we will actually finish this godforsaken game, and I look forward to it. I'll see you then. So long.